All right, welcome to Dash Life on a Sunday night. Tonight we'll be talking with Mark Brooks, author. We've talked to him a few times before. Tonight we'll be talking to him about his book Somnium. I know it's backwards, but it's Somnium. Mark Damon Brooks. Go check it out on Amazon. I believe he's got a lot of other different platforms that you can check it out on. Um, so we're going to be talking to Mark coming up here real short. Sorry. So I know he's got a lot of merchandise that he's going to be talking to us tonight. He's got some great books. I know he's got a new sequel to his original novel, False Idols. We're excited to talk to him about that. So as soon as we get him on here, we'll be talking. Guys, go check it out. False Idols, Somnium. It's on Amazon. Again, other platforms. I believe he's got it in. Excuse me. I'm losing my train of thought. I know he's got it on. Bear with me, folks. Mark, if you're out there, are you ready to talk, buddy? Yeah, it is a good book. Really good book. False Idols is great. So, have you read Somnium yet, Chris? That Somnium was an awesome book. And we'll get Mark on here to talk about it in just a second. A little bit of a background on the book. It's a dream state. I feel like I got kind of like an Inception type a vibe from it. But yeah, go check it out. It's fantastic. Of course, it's got great Mark quips in it. You can definitely tell Mark wrote it, so it's wonderful. So I hope you check it out. We're just waiting on Mark to get on real quick, and then we'll be talking. Tomorrow night we have a football roundup. I'll be bringing you my new top 10 for this week. A lot of crazy upsets over the weekend. So, and here he comes, and we'll get the new updates. Like I said, he's got some merchandise. He's been talking. There's rumors about some merchandise that he's been adding, and I saw a list of some of the books that he's got coming up. And then, hello, there he is.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
All right.
I'm kind of, some news just came out, so bear with me for a little bit. So
no, you're good. I just saw it. I literally just saw it like a minute ago, and it's terrible news. And yeah, I just want to say deepest condolences to Dan's family and and Twyla. I can't even imagine what they're going through. So yeah, it's a terrible news.
Yeah, right. So well, I don't want to. I mean, it's heartbreaking, but let's just get on or talk about the books. Let's talk about something happy for a few minutes, and then
Yeah.
we can as a family and as defenders and that we can pay tribute to Dan and give our condolences and maybe this is a way to remember him by just having a good happy show.
Yeah, sounds like a plan, man. Sounds like a plan.
So we've had a few talks before. We talked about False Idols.
Mm-hmm.
We did a little bit of talk about Somnium on the last show that we talked. But man, oh man, I love this book.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
From start to finish, you're right there with Han. You're right there with Han the entire time.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, Han.
Yeah.
I still don't want to give too much away. I mean, mostly that's your job.
There's some spoilers. Yeah. No.
There's some spoilers, and I don't want to give too much away for most people that read it. I'll let Mark go over here in just a second, but I have one question.
Yeah.
I think not so much a question as a statement. I think you've got like a good thing going here with this, with a world that you kind of got. Think of like Stephen King has Derry,
yeah,
Maine, and all those.
Yeah.
You got a good Oklahoma little town here.
Yeah.
And
the made up town. Yeah.
Yeah.
and me as a consumer of your books,
Mm-hmm.
And as a fan of yours, I hope we get to see more of this town.
Yeah, yeah,
And maybe not so much Han. Well, if you do bring Han back, that'd be great too. But
yeah.
the town, I feel like you got something going there where you can, like Stephen Kingish. I don't know. I'm not going to take too much out of your mouth there. I'm gonna let you go.
No, you're good. So yeah, Han, the main character, his name's Johan, but he goes by Han. He's a huge Star Wars fan, so he goes by Han. Yeah, he lives in a small town called Egon, Oklahoma. So I made that one up, but it's very reminiscent. If you're from Oklahoma, then like you'll just kind of know, I think. And then he goes to meet someone in another town where there's a large university. I can't remember if I made that one up or not. I think that might be a real town. I can't remember. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm always trying to grow and work on my craft as a writer. And I realized when I wrote False Idols, like I never really mentioned the town or where where anybody lives. And I was like, that's one of the things that I'm just trying to like work on, is trying to like build these like worlds, and make them make them feel like that they're actually lived in. So
yeah, Egon, Oklahoma, I want to move there.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's a culmination of a lot of small little towns in Oklahoma. Like it's kind of like Guthrie, maybe a little Tulsa thrown in there, right? But yeah.
You do. You get, like I said, you get a really good home feel.
Yeah.
And I like that you did use Oklahoma. Like, I mean, you're from here or you live here and you're doing things.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see Oklahoma portrayed and not only in just like certain little things here and there
yeah.
But yeah, man.
Or getting mowed down by a tornado or something. Yeah.
We talked a little bit last time about what inspired you to write this was a dream that you had.
Yes.
Yeah. Was your dream this detailed?
Yes.
As the book?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what kind of inspired me. It's like I had this very just vivid dream, and it was like I was there, right? And it was like, I'm sure everybody's had these dreams where it's like super just vivid, and you wake up and you're like, where am I? Like, right? So I had this just very vivid dream. The story itself is just something that was born from the fact that I had a very vivid dream. So like, I just created the story just based on, like dreams. And I just thought it was pretty interesting. And yeah, I just had this thought. And again, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but yeah, that was one of the thoughts I had when I woke up from the dream. I was like, man, that was a really vivid dream. And then I was like, well, what if it was something else? Like, and then I just kind of expanded on that. So that's where that came from. Yeah. It's a pretty, yeah, it's. I
don't want to say Inception feel, because that might not be right, but a little bit of Inception. I mean, I kept picturing like an Inception type thing.
Yeah. It gets a little weird. It gets a little topsy turvy. I wouldn't even know how to. I mean, yeah, I could see where the comparison in Inception could be made, but yeah, it was. Again, I don't want to spoil too much. If you're gonna read the book, go buy the book, please. Go buy it. But there's I will say this. So I am working on 2 and 3 of Somnium, books 2 and 3. So there are going to be more, and one of the books is going to be influenced by the show Travelers, which is on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, there's 3 seasons, and it's absolutely phenomenal, and I love it. And so that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I guess we can say a little bit of. Well, we talked about the world building. I think it definitely, with where you're going with this, with what you, and again, I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get copyrighted from a couple of big comic companies that are going through the same kind of thing that you're talking about here.
Yeah.
That's perfect though. I mean, I like where you're going with that. And it leads you so. We talked about book hooks, and things that you can last time where you could just spin another story off of it.
Yeah.
Man, you left yourself wide open for
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
And I'm glad now. I didn't even know Somnium 2 and 3 were coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I already got them outlined. So I plan to start working on the second one after I finish the third False Idols book. But yeah, it's yeah, it was I don't know, like when I wrote the first False Idols and then when I wrote Somnium, I didn't really anticipate writing sequels. And I'm always trying to grow as an author, right? And I want this to be something that, I can do for the long term. So, I mean, I did research, I read books, and I watched videos, and it was like how to make this into like a series and stuff like that. But it just kind of naturally comes to you whenever you're writing anyway, because there's, plot threads that are left hanging, or something that you mentioned in the previous book that seems very interesting that you want to expand on. So when it came to Somnium, I actually toyed with the idea of writing all of them together and just releasing it as one big book. And then I was like, no, like I can split this up because I feel like the flow wouldn't work as well. Because either way, it would be a big book of like 3 separate things that are happening to Johan, the main character.
Right.
So yeah, as I was writing the first one, I was like, oh man, I got so many ideas for the next one. So I like was writing ideas down as I was writing the first one. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think I kind of luckily, fingers crossed, created a book where I can expand on and go from there. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. And I kind of wanted to get outside of my comfort zone a little bit with Somnium. You can tell when you read it that it's me, but there's things that I touch on that I haven't experienced in my own personal life. And that's what I want. I want to challenge myself as a writer and just kind of break out, so like the whole father-son dynamic, right? That's something I never experienced, and I just kind of wanted to expand on that. Him with his sister, things like that.
I had to question that. I really,
yeah.
I mean, I've known you for a long time, but I
Yeah.
didn't. It was something I was like, I don't know if he's speaking from
yeah
on this dynamic, and it was good. It was
Yeah.
a good, the dynamic.
Yeah.
I loved how you wrote it, and it made you.
Yeah.
Again, you're doing what an author should do.
Yeah. And
you're doing what an author should do. You're making, and that's why, I mean, it was good. I mean, and you felt with False Idols, I felt the same. With this one, I feel the same.
Yeah.
You're there, and man, you're like, oh wow.
Yeah. Thanks.
So I had to ask myself. I'm like, I know a lot of authors write about in their books, they put some of themselves in there.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's good to know. I mean, but in a way, I loved how you handled it. And the sister,
yeah,
I kind of got a crush on.
Yeah,
don't tell anybody. I got a crush.
Yeah,
on.
I'm the only child, so yeah. I'll be sure to tell Johan you're crushing on his sister. No, so yeah, not my sister. I don't have so yeah, I'm the only child. Never had that issue with my dad. My dad wasn't really around, so I just never really had that dynamic. So like, so that's just, I don't know, again, that's just something I want to challenge myself as a writer. There's bits of me in there. I feel like he's very sarcastic, like I am,
Okay.
but I was like, what directions can I take this in? And then the next one, the second book, one thing that I want to explore a lot more is just the friendship between him and Thaddeus, right? Because I feel like this happens a lot in books and movies and TV shows, where there's always a main character who's a male and a main character who's a female, and they always end up falling in love and getting together, right? And I'm kind of guilty of that too in False Idols, but I wanted to stray away from that, right? I just wanted like a bona fide, just a friendship and how two people as friends would react. So my second one's kind of going to explore their friendship a lot more.
Like a buddy, not so much like a buddy cop, but like buddy scientist or buddy.
Yeah. Just two normal guys kind of dealing with this extraordinary situation and just how they deal with it. And I feel like, the first one happened so fast as far as the time frame in the book that they get along, but any friendship is going to have complications and stuff. And I feel like what Han is going through is very unique, and that could bring some conflict in the future. And I just want to explore that friendship between them. And then the third one is going to be just something completely different. I don't know. I may just go full action on that one. I don't know.
I do like some of the some of the things, like you could tell where you were going. I'm trying not to give away too much,
Yeah.
but some of the names that you use for certain things, like from this place compared to that place compared to that.
Yes.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was like, was sitting there reading. I was like, babe.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted it to seem like I wanted it to seem like the world that Han lives in, and I may be spoiling it just by saying this, is slightly askew. You know what I mean? Like it's a little off, right? And when he, starts talking to his, starts, seeing his wife and stuff in his dreams, that's going to be more of kind of the world that we recognize. Yeah, I'm also working on a prequel to Somnium, which is going to be the point of view of his wife and what she dealt with during the big event in the book. Again, don't want to spoil it, but yeah. So
man, you've got me ready. I'm ready to get all these books. So let's.
I'm ready to get them written. It just takes time.
No,
yeah,
that's awesome. I mean, and that's what I mean. When I hear authors speak,
mm-hmm.
that's what I want to hear from. That is so awesome that. And I'm not bagging on other authors that just write about one thing and then move on to another one. I'm not doing that at all.
Yeah.
I'm a series guy. I love a series. I love or more than one book in it.
Yeah.
And because I don't know about you, but other people, for me, I get connected to a character and you just want to know.
Yeah.
Where they're going, what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I've been in movies and TV shows like that where like, I'm devastated the Supernatural is gone from my life.
Yeah.
I am devastated.
Yeah. Was that like 16 years, man? They had a good run.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah.
I mean, that's a good run and it's time to go, but I don't want them to
yeah.
go because there's always so much more to tell. And that's what I love. I mean, not only with False Idols, but this one, I'm just like, babe, I was like, yeah, babe, please tell me he's going to, I had to ask her, please tell me he's going to do another one. And she's like, I don't know.
Yeah. So
I saw your list of some of the things that you got coming down and I saw some of the artwork that you've thrown out there.
Yeah.
So we are getting a False Idols 2.
We're getting False Idols 2. It's done. I just have to edit it and I have to figure out the covers, man. Covers are so hard coming up with covers for books. So it's done, but I just have to edit it and figure out the cover. And then I'm halfway through False Idols 3 right now. And I have the idea, I haven't outlined it yet, but I have the idea for False Idols 4. So there's going to be a fourth one as well. And I hope that one is it's yeah, I feel like I'm gonna spoil it if I say that. So there's some surprises in store. Let's put it that way. But yeah.
So would you say, like, out of the two books that you've written, we're gonna what if here. We're gonna Marvel what if it for a second.
Okay. We're gonna do That Doctor Strange episode was super sad, by the way.
Yes, it was. Very, very sad. If you had a choice, because I just like putting people on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you want as a movie first?
False Idols, definitely. Yeah. And I was sitting around thinking about this the other day. Like False Idols, I think I'm gonna treat as like my flagship series, right? Like I'm gonna put my all my extra money and stuff into that one. Not that I won't do that with the other ones, but like for Somnium, I don't really have to worry about a cover for like every single book and all that stuff.
Right.
And Somnium was a lot shorter than False Idols as far as like page and word count and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say False Idols for sure. Especially with 2 and 3 that I have coming down the pipeline. I would definitely love that. But yeah, I'd say that one for sure. I do think, this is just my opinion, I think Somnium is better written because I feel like I've already, I kind of got off through that first book slump, and I learned a lot from writing the first book. So I feel like Somnium is like the stronger book as far as the way it's written. But I really love the universe that I kind of created with False Idols, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And I'm the one that's writing it, so that's weird. But yeah.
As you're writing, do you picture? I do this. Do you picture who's starring in those roles as you're writing? Do you like, I'm like, if I'm writing this is who it's going to be for type thing.
Yeah. So I didn't when I was writing it, but after it was done, I was watching TV and like something just clicked, and I can't remember what I was watching. But I was like, that person would be good for this character. That person would be good like Malcolm Mills.
Yeah.
And then so it starts like, so now I'm like in that mindset when I'm watching TV and movies. I'm like, they would be good in this role. They would be good in this.
That's a Gibbs. There's Gibbs right there. There's Gibbs.
So I always picture Gibbs as I did picture Gibbs as a certain person from the start. Kathryn Hahn, do you know the actress Kathryn Hahn?
Yeah.
I always pictured Gibbs to be kind of like that, but not as, like she's very serious, but she's pretty sarcastic, and I feel like Kathryn Hahn could pull that off really well.
I think that oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally see her as Gibbs. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself doing that every once in a while where I'm writing and I'm like, all right, I've got my main character and a certain person pops in my head. If I give away the person who I want to play it, they'll already, so well, Manu Benet. If that's my main, if I ever have a movie of my book, Manu Benet will be my main character. I want him to be my hero. So
Manu Benet.
Yeah.
All right,
he played.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, he played Deathstroke in Arrow.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah, that dude's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
when's
it kind of gives away what my main character is.
Okay. When's that coming? When?
Oh man, I'm getting close. I've been working on that. I've been working on my first one. I posted the picture of my I guess you call it self-help, motivation. I don't want to call it devotional because I'm not asking you to anything like that, but it gives you things to think about each day and try to do things for yourself, as well as some of the trials and tribulations I went through and things like that. So that I wanted to get that. I got it all squared away. The cover is going to be next week, and then I'm going. I've been talking to you about certain things.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it'll be in Amazon in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, like I said, you got the ball rolling for me. We talked about this on two episodes ago where we talked, but it's sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah, and I mean that's super exciting though, man. Like I can't wait to check it out. So let me know whenever that drops, man.
I will absolutely. It's just like you sometimes it's just you need that person, whether you knew you needed that person or not.
Yeah.
That and when you posted that first ad for False Idols, I was like, it's time to hit the floor running.
Yeah.
So I'm working. I'm kind of like you. I mean, I don't know about you. I kind of work on. I've got 3 books that I'm working on. Kind of. I'll write one and I'll think of something for the other one and I'll go put some. Not so much hashing it out. Maybe some conversations here and there. But like I've got my ideas.
Yeah. Are they all 3 in the same series, or are they 3 separate books?
No, these are 2 of them are in the same series. Yeah, I'm kind of writing book 1 and book 2 of my fantasy series kind of together.
Yeah.
Because it kind of the way things are happening, I'm getting ideas for the second book, so I'm putting them in there and kind of hashing it out that way.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And then I've got. I don't want to call it a sequel, but my first book that's coming out is why I love Superman and other heroes. Well, my next book is going to be why I like the 80s and things the 80s taught me.
Yeah, nice.
So it's kind of working title right now, but it's going to be played. It's going to be played off that. There'll be some things coming out of that.
Nice,
so
that's pretty cool.
And then if those 2 do well, I got why, and I just talked about it as like why I love Supernatural and how you can be like the Winchester brothers. So, that's another working title as well.
Drop my phone. No, that's awesome, dude. Let me know whenever that drops, man. That's pretty exciting. And like, writing a book it's not like an easy thing to do. I mean, anybody can really do it if they sit there and take the time. but that's the thing, is it takes a lot of time, right? And I know you have a family and all that stuff that you have to deal with. So I mean, that's awesome that you're starting this journey as well, and I can't wait to see what you got going on.
Do you ever just lay that, like, or like you're getting ready for bed, and do you like write a chapter in your head, if you, or like, I mean, that's what I do. I just sit there and I'm like, all right, this is where I'm at in this, and all right, and then for like a few, maybe 10 minutes, I'm just like, all right, I'm sitting there thinking, this is what I want him to do. This is the path I want him to go. Do you do that as well?
Yeah. So I have like two different like note-taking apps on my phone. So like I always like pick up my phone and I'm either always writing something on my phone. My wife's like, are you writing right now? And I'm like, maybe. And I at the very least I'll jot down notes, because like ideas just come like from anywhere. Like I could be, just at work or something. I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea, and I'll just like pick up my phone and jot it down. So yeah, I do that a lot. If you're an aspiring writer out there, I advise you to have either a notepad always handy, or a note-taking app on your phone that backs up to the cloud or something. Because
a dictator, or man. Yeah, I record notes when I'm certain things, because last time my girls keep me running around the house, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Or I'll text it. So I saw another, I guess we'll just call it what it is, a commercial.
Yeah.
I like to call them commercials, where I see you have merchandise. Are we working on some merchandising?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to do merchandising as well. So my thought process is, making books cost money, right? And I don't have anybody paying that. I don't have a publisher that's paying me to make books. I'm doing this all on my own. So I'm an indie author, and covers cost money, like good covers cost money, editing costs money, things like that. And I didn't want to ask people just for monies, right? I didn't want to be like, just give me monies, like go fund me, give me monies. I didn't want to do that. I wanted people to at least get something out of it. So I hired someone to create that logo, that Department of Superhuman Affairs logo for me. And I put it on, it's on Redbubble right now. If you guys go to Redbubble and search for my name, Mark Damon Brooks, just all together. I feel like that's a great way to support me, support struggling, struggling authors or anything out there. Just buy a t-shirt, a mug, a hat, something, I don't know. But I want you to get something out of it, right? I didn't want to just be like, yo, give me monies for this, and you never see any type of return. So yeah, I got some merchandise, and I got a couple other designs planned. You saw one of them that I put on my Facebook page, and then I got another one planned as well, that I'm going to throw on the site as well, so people can have kind of a variety or choice or whatever. But
yeah, I man, that, like I said, I was just I mean, even with the Newton Force one that you put out there, the first one I saw, man, I love that. And I mean, it's so effective. I mean, it's a very effective logo, and I'm like, yep, I'm getting that when it comes. Whenever, I
wanted something, so like with that one, like you see the Newton Force words in there. I may just omit the words altogether, because I wanted it to look kind of like something that people could just wear every day. And it just looks like a cool design, and you just never know that it's part of like.
Oh no, I don't know. I would want where it says.
You want the words in there?
I'll wear it. I mean, that's kind of what I was doing. I mean, that's what I was telling. I mean, I made my Dash Nation shirts. I don't know if that's egotistical or not. No, it does take a lot of money for me to do certain things, and I figured. I've got. I mean, I'm trying to build this brand with a dash of life and Dash and things like that. And so I get where you're going. I get where you're going. As far as help, you don't want to. I don't either. I don't want to just go. All right, guys, I need $500.
Yeah.
I just no.
Yeah.
I want them to have something. I want them, whether it's two people that that's two people that help me out, but they got something out of it.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah. I don't feel comfortable just being like, give me, because I'm already kind of asking people to give me monies by buying my book, right? So like,
I feel like I'm asking people to give me monies by subscribing to my my YouTube.
So it's like, you can get something out of it. Go check out my Redbubble thing. You can find something you like.
I will definitely do that. And once I do that, do you mind if I post a link for my folks and once I upload this to YouTube, do you mind if I post a link on my YouTube?
Oh no, yeah, please, by all means, go ahead. Thanks. That'd be much appreciated.
Absolutely. I love where you're going with this, and it excites me to no end that I know now that I'm going to have like 3 or 4 more installments of Somnium, and 3 and 4 more installments of False Idols and Newton Force. Man, it's so good, and it's and I tell this to everybody that asks me when I show it to them. I'm like, this is wholesome, good reading too. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just something slapped together you can tell your research, even, you know, from book 1 of False Idols, even in some, you can tell your research was done.
Yeah.
And you didn't just, like I said, you didn't make things up. You put your time and effort into giving quality product, and I love it.
Yeah, well, thanks, man.
Continue to do that.
Yeah, thanks.
Brownie says Newton Force is better than wearing security for you.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Brownie. Yes, Brownie. Yes, Brownie. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll just, Brownie, you and I, we just need to start the Newton Force fan club. We'll go out and we'll start our own conventions for the Newton Force. How's that sound?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. So, I'm actually starting and I don't know when this is going to be done, but again, I'm a very small indie author, right? So I don't expect a lot of people to go to this, but I'm going to start like a little kind of fan page, I guess, for like False Idols. So people can just go there and they can just talk about, it doesn't even have to be False Idols. I mean, talk about superhero stuff. They can just, you know, have a good time, just, you know, chop it up on there. But yeah, I can't wait to see Brownie in a Newton Force t-shirt. So thanks, Brownie. Go buy that whenever I get it made, I guess.
But I really think, I mean, and you can take this for what, I really think you got something going with this Newton Force. I really think you're going to take off someday.
Well, thanks,
I want to speak positive. I'm going to give you good vibes.
Thank you.
Throw it out there. But yeah, man, there's so much you could, I love it. And I can't talk about it enough. I hope and pray that this thing takes off for you. And,
thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. And so we'll get you back again, as always, to talk about the next book. I can't wait for it to hit the stores. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you every time. I know it's backwards on Facebook, but Somnium. 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 Mark Damon Brooks. Go support a local author. Go support an indie author. Help him out. You'll love this book. I promise you. I guarantee you're going to love this book. It's a page turner, and you're not going to put it down.
Well, thanks, man.
I promise you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we'll set up another one. But now we had a little discussion on a video we had not too long ago. I would like to do a DC Comics show with you sometime.
Okay.
Kind of like Angel and I are doing Marvel.
Yeah.
I figure you and I can do DC, something like that.
Yeah.
Give us something else to talk about. So let me know, after this show's over, let me know what days you got available, what you want to do.
Okay.
I'd like to, kind of just start out like we did with Angel, just talk about DC just in general.
Yeah.
Then we'll build off something, maybe movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
Movies that have already been out, what you think of them, something like that. What do you think?
It sounds good, man. Yeah, I'm not a huge I'm not into the comics as much, but the shows, the movies, the animated movie, we can, definitely. And it gives me an excuse to read the comics, so I can do some research prior to that too.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Awesome. So
sounds good, man. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, shoot me a date that you're available, and we'll work around it. But we'll just talk about our general love, obviously, for DC and or just comics or heroes and period, whatever.
Yeah,
it doesn't just have to necessarily be that, but let's do it. Thank you for coming on tonight. I know it started off a little rough with me. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude. It's trying times.
I appreciate you coming on. And we'll do the DC, and I can't wait for the next book so we can have another show talking about your books. It's awesome that I get to talk to you so much about books now.
Yeah, it is awesome, and I can't wait to see what you do. So you better drop a video whenever you release yours and let us all know.
I will.
Yeah,
I will, and we'll talk. We'll talk soon. Give me a date, and we'll go from there.
All right, most definitely, dude.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
Good to see you again, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mark. What a wonderful show. He's saying goodbye. Go check it out. Somnium, False Idols, Amazon.com, Audible. Thanks, Brownie. That was the word I was looking for earlier. I know he's got it on some other platforms. I know he's got audiobook on Somnium coming, believe. So check that out. Amazon. You heard him. Redbubble. Mark Damon Brooks. He's got some wonderful. I'm sure he's got wonderful stuff on there. Merchandise. Help him out. Help out these indie authors. You're not going to be disappointed with these books. I read constantly all day long almost, it feels like. And I'm an avid reader. And I wouldn't steer you wrong with these books. They're awesome. Malcolm from False Idols, what an awesome hero. And Han from Somnium. You're going to fall in love with him. You're going to want to be best friends with him. I promise you. So go check him out. Amazon, Mark Damon Brooks, author. He's got a fan page, Mark Damon Brooks, author. Go check it out. He's a wonderful, wonderful writer. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for coming out tonight, watching the show with us. We love you. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Love one another. And I'll see you next show.